2! Oh, crap. Iron Man 2, the most anticipated film of the year, I think, in my opinion. Iron Man is one of my favorite comic book characters, and I have to say that this film definitely delivers. Oh my god. Let's talk about special effects. Oh my god, there's definitely a lot more action in this movie than Iron Man 1. There was some really great action scenes in Iron Man 1, but Iron Man 2, oh my god, especially with when they have Jim Rhodes and then War Machine. Oh my god, just the action, you guys. I love it when Iron Man and War Machine are battling the hammer drones and then they battle Whiplash together, or even the scene when Iron Man's versing Whiplash at the racetrack. First I want to say, Jon Favreau, you are amazing, man. I tweeted you about how awesome Michael Bay can definitely learn a few things from you, man. And also, Jon Favreau is Happy Hogan. He had a bigger part, and the man's a smart man because all his scenes were with Scarlett Johansson, and yeah, he's definitely a smart man. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. Don Cheadle replaced Terrence Howard as War Machine, and I have to say he did a really kick-ass job. He was the military man, and he kicked ass as War Machine. I loved his banner with Tony Stark, and you know what? I love Terrence Howard, I love Don Cheadle, but definitely Don Cheadle definitely owned this role, and he did an amazing job as War Machine Rhodey, and I really loved him a lot, and I hope to see him again in a future Iron Man or War Machine film. Mickey Rourke as Whiplash. Now Whiplash, this was like a combination of the son of Crimson Dynamo and Whiplash in the comic books, and he did a great job. I loved his Russian accent. He looked really badass. I mean, he had the tattoos, the long hair, the teeth. I thought he did a great job. Mickey Rourke, I loved him in Sin City. I've loved him in a bunch of different films, and he definitely delivered. He was definitely not hammy. He was very subtle about his performance, which was really great. He didn't wasn't over the top, I got to defeat Tony Stark, you know, that kind of thing. So I really liked it, and he was just, you know, you can tell if you looked at him wrong, he would kill you. Gwyneth Paltrow did a great job. I actually liked her in this one even a little more. She was very stern, but especially at the end when her and Tony finally kissed. They never did that in the first one, and I'm really glad to finally see them. And I wonder if now they're going to be in a relationship together. I mean, in the movie universe, but you know, I really liked her in this one. She did a great job, especially with what her character had to deal with, becoming from his secretary to freaking CEO of the company. Samuel L. Jackson, definitely glad he was Nick Fury. He is Nick Fury. I loved him in this movie. He was really badass. Just his looks was just badass, and I can't wait to see him in the other Marvel movies like Thor and Captain America, hopefully, and the Avengers movie. It's going to be awesome. Scarlett Johansson, oh my god. I love Scarlett. I've loved Scarlett for a long time. When I heard she was going to play Black Widow, that was one of those things where I just cheered. I was getting all fanboy on. Black Widow wasn't Russian in this, and I talked to a few of my friends about this. I think they didn't make her Russian because since Whiplash was Russian, they figured if they made her Russian too, they kind of would have been some confusion, and she's also a bad guy. I played Spider-Man Web of Shadows a lot, so I'm used to Black Widow having that really sexy Russian accent, and I know Scarlett Johansson can do accents. I've seen her in The Prestige, which I loved her in, and so I know she can do accents, but I guess they just, for convenience purposes, they didn't make her Russian, but she definitely man, Black Widow has never been hotter, and she definitely can kick ass, and she, you know, Scarlett can act. She's not just like a Megan Fox where she's a pretty face. She can act, and I like her a lot, and I totally support Scarlett. Now, Sam Rockwell as Justin Hammer. Justin Hammer is an older character in the comics and in the cartoon series in the 90s, and I like that they made him younger, made him a more contemporary character, and more rival to Tony Stark. He did really great job. He was really funny at times, and he's definitely not as bad as some people said, like Blinty 3000. But I can see where some people might not like the character, but I liked him a lot, and I loved his relationship with Whiplash, what he was doing. He was pretty funny, and Sam Rockwell was really great. Now let's talk about the man, or the Iron Man. Talk about Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr., I loved him in the first one. I can't imagine anyone playing Iron Man, and he definitely delivered again. He owned this movie. I loved how they tapped on the whole demon in a bottle with him being drunk in the Mark IV armor. That was hilarious, and also brought one of the best fight scenes with him facing Rhodey in the Mark II armor. I really love that. I just love that he brought the arrogantness of his character, but the charm, and he also had heart, especially the scene where he brought out like the film of his dad and his dad talking. You can definitely feel it, and you can see a guy that feels like he's gonna die soon, and it feels like it's gonna be his last birthday. And I just love Robert Downey Jr. He is just awesome. I love him, and also not only in Iron Man films, like from Weird Science to like Tropic Thunder and Sherlock Holmes. He's just an amazing actor, and definitely if there's one performance that really delivers this movie, it's definitely his performance, because he's freaking Iron Man and he's just a great Tony Stark. Now I really love the action scenes. I really liked all the little nods to the upcoming Marvel films. I loved how they had Captain America's shield in there, and then how Tony's just freaking using it as like to bring up a little pipe for his thing for his triangle reactor. And I love how at the end, spoiler alert, but you guys know this is a spoilerific review, how they show Thor's hammer at the end, and I can't wait that it's setting up for the Avengers and Thor. I love the pacing of the movie. It was really good pacing. In the beginning it seemed a little bit slow compared to the first one, but I really like that even though this is an action superhero movie, there's a lot of good dialogue. I like dialogue in movies and stuff. Yeah, of course you want to see action, and I know some people would say that the fight scene with War Machine and Iron Man and Whiplash was a little too short. But compared to Revenge of the Fallen with the Fallen and Optimus Prime, that was short too. And I thought this one was way longer. So I thought they did a good job on this. I know with budgets and everything, you can't have super long fight scenes. But I loved Iron Man's new weapons. The Mark V armor scene was awesome. I thought it would be a little longer than what the clip I showed online. But it's still great. He still kicked ass, and yeah, I mean, there was just so many great things. I'm planning to see it again in IMAX and a few other times, and yeah, I can't say enough good things about this movie, you guys. It's definitely one of my favorite films of the year. This and Kick-Ass are my favorite films. I definitely give it a 5 out of 5. Oh crap!